All right, we can get started a bit early. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Good to see you guys here. GHOtei time. Let's GHOtei. Ghost of Yotei. This will be fun. It's supposed to be almost 20 minutes of gameplay, which should be awesome because they teased us like crazy at that last State of Play. Tidbits, welcome, my friend. Thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Unleash, good to see you here. I'm glad you could make it. Aaron, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. You're saving for a laptop to play games on, I assume. Welcome. Good to have you here on the stream. Norma, good to see you as well. I would imagine Yotei's probably your next big anticipated release, right? Are you still playing Shadows? Just go straight from Shadows into Yotei? Be in Japan all year? Who else is here? Nora Lou, good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Who else? Peter. Oh, you received the gifted membership from Tidbits. Good to have you here on the stream. Just seeing that in the chat here. Trolls, welcome back. Good to have you back. Ludi, good to have you here as well in Twitch chat. Welcome to the stream. Aaron, Horizon 3 news. I think the next time we're going to have a chance for that would be September State of Play. So a few months from now. Although I would expect it to be the online project. Is more likely than Horizon 3, I would think. But potentially both at the same time. I go back and forth on whether that makes sense or not. Oh, Norma, you had ice cream. Vanilla and chocolate. I love ice cream. You're making me want to have it. Pineapple and cheese on sticks, Tidbits? Like shish kebabs? Like chunks put on a stick? Digilena, welcome. Good to have you here on the stream. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. I'm catching up here slowly. You guys are... There's a bunch of you here. Kitty Dad, good to see you here. Welcome. Hecklejied, good to see you here as well in Twitch chat. Schwino, good to see you, my friend. Welcome in, welcome in. Emmy, welcome in as well. Good to see you and Amy. Nerds, hi you nerds. Welcome. This should be a good State of Play. Only Ghost of Yotei. Don't expect to see any other games here. It's just Ghost of Yotei. GHOtei. Norma, you've been playing Mass Effect Andromeda for the past few weeks. Oh, interesting. Mass Effect's pretty high up my list of backlog games that I want to play. Are you liking it? Is it good? I'm going to butcher your name, man. Kashiji? Rastagi? I'm really sorry. I know I butchered that terribly. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Father of Automation, welcome back. Good to see you here. Amy, we're getting yodeling sooner than Horizon 3. Yes, I need to get back to that. I haven't been able to get up to the spot where I wanted to film it because they're doing prescribed. The Forest Service is doing prescribed burns over there, so they closed the trail for a couple weeks. But I should be able to get there now. They're all done, so that's good. Banga, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Howdy from AZ, I assume you mean Arizona. Arizona's a cool place. I like it down there. I've been a couple times. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Unleash, will we see the yodeling? We will. I promise. Excuses. Just run into the wildfires. Just run into the wildfire smoke. Really. Man up. Dusky, good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Cal, you're expecting a woke mess, not playing gender-swapped samurai. Okay. This is probably not the stream for you, bud. Say more of that stuff and we will probably kick you. Just warning you now. Lars, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Am I excited for Crimson Desert? Yeah, that looks interesting. I'm still kind of like not super sure about it. The gameplay looks interesting. It's hard to tell how it's going to feel. I definitely want to check it out. but I'm like cautiously optimistic, I guess I would say. Aaron, which Horizon game is my favorite? That's always a tough question. I like the story of Zero Dawn better. I think this is kind of like the consensus that most people have. I like the story of Zero Dawn better, but I like the gameplay of Forbidden West better. Hi, Kick. Good to see you here. How's the Redneck Riviera, my friend? Hopefully no hurricanes yet. I haven't heard of any. Good to have you here on the stream. It's funny because if you ask the like, which is my favorite Horizon game, a couple different ways, I feel like I answer it differently. Like, if you say only one Horizon game can exist and the other one gets deleted forever for everybody, I feel like I want to say Zero Dawn because I feel like as a single game, standalone, again, like I like the story of Zero Dawn better. And I think it would be wrong to like not have that exist and have just Forbidden West exist. Amy, don't say that out loud. But then if you were to ask like if I could only play one forever from this point moving forward, it would probably be Forbidden West. Assuming I had at least been able to play Zero Dawn once. Yeah, but Norma, Zero Dawn doesn't have shredders. Exactly. So like I want to be able to play Forbidden West if I had to only play one forever. But I feel like Zero Dawn, I couldn't bring myself to delete Zero Dawn, I don't think. I don't know. I wouldn't want to. Good thing we don't have to make that choice, right? Good thing. Joe, they really fudged the story in West? I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I think they were up against the challenge, really. And they knew it, and they've said it in interviews. Like, how do you recapture the magic and the mystery? It's true with any like sequel, right? A book, a show, second season, second movie. Sometimes second movies and stuff or second seasons are better, but a lot of times it's tough to do better in a sequel. I think I've been thinking about this actually a little bit lately, and I feel like one of the areas that is a distinct difference with Forbidden West that falls short of Zero Dawn is Aloy doesn't have a very clear internal conflict in Forbidden West. Like all the conflict in the story of Forbidden West is much more external, right? Like the world's gonna fall apart if we don't find Gaia and reboot her. And like that's a big problem, but it's not as relatable on a personal level to a character. It's just like this world problem, world conflict, right? External. Whereas in Zero Dawn, I think people really connected with Aloy right off the bat because it's like she's an outsider. She's an outcast. People won't talk to her. She's confused about where she comes from, what her role is, what her purpose is, who she is, what she's supposed to be doing. And all of that is much more, I think, relatable for people, right? You can like see part of yourself in Aloy when she's in that state. But in Forbidden West, she's more about like, I gotta save the world. And she's saving the world in Zero Dawn too, but it's got this backdrop of personal conflict going on. Dusky, you think Aloy does have internal conflict over Beta? Yeah, I agree. I think there's other internal conflicts too. Like, I think they didn't execute it quite in the most effective way. Like one of her internal conflicts is she's learning to let people in, to be like part of her family and her friends. And like, that's kind of where she's at, developmentally as a person at that point and mentally as a person. And we do see that, you know, she like pushes Varl away at the beginning and then lets him come along. And then in the Burning Shores, that gets extended with like her relationship with Seika. But it's not as, I don't know, they don't show it enough. Like it's not as direct and in your face. Whereas Zero Dawn, it's just like, bam, yes, this girl's an outcast. I can see that. I can relate to aspects of this in my own life. Harder to relate to where Aloy's at. And I see people make comments like, oh, she's so mean, she pushes people away. You know, people who are really critical of the game. which I can kind of get some of that, you know, like she is doing that, but you have to look a little, you have to peel a few layers deeper and understand like she's doing that because she's struggling. Which I feel like I picked up on quickly, and probably a lot of us here picked up on quickly, but it's not as relatable as Zero Dawn. Anyway, huge tangent. Let me catch up on chat here. Any updates about Horizon Online, Father of Automation? Well, I can show you one quick update from today. Oh, right. They just posted 11 hours ago a senior writer freelance position for the online project, which is interesting because it's a freelance position that's only for 3 months. Now it can be extended, but typically the stream died. Really? It looks fine to me. Are we good? We're back? I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, they posted this senior writer freelance position this morning or today at some point. I don't know what it was, local time for them in Amsterdam, but it's only for 3 months, which you'd think, you know, this is a little bit of a stretch, or I guess me just interpreting, but you wouldn't do that early in a project's development, right? Like you do this when you're trying to meet some milestone, like maybe they're getting towards an internal beta test. Maybe they're getting close to reveal and they feel like they need some chunk of the game done so they can use that for creating the trailers. So a freelance writer for only 3 months, I think is kind of a late stage development thing. And then you read some of this stuff, get up to speed with the game's story, dialogue, narrative design. Get up to speed with it means they have a lot of that done already, obviously. Writing compelling dialogue for player characters, plural, multiple player characters. So that again reinforces the idea that there's multiple characters that we can play as, probably with different kind of class attributes. Key NPCs, background characters. Possess extensive knowledge of stories and narrative design in open world RPG games, online games, and MMORPGs. So nothing groundbreaking, shocking here, but like we know that it's an online live service game. That's not surprising. We know that there's going to be strong narrative elements and various playable characters from other stuff. That's not surprising. But the fact that it's a freelance position for just 3 months, right? It's July now. So let's say they hire this person by the end of the month. So it'd be August, September, October. Like it's just kind of the rest of this year. Just another indicator to me that I think they're getting close to a reveal, which would be September state of play, since the Sony always does a state of play in September. That's the update on the online project that we have. Oh, I can also show you, because I think when we did this last time, I didn't show this one, and I meant to. No, not YouTube. That's not what I want. Horizon Online project. Go to the wiki, because I wrote this wiki page. Where did I put it? So where is it? Senior quest designer job post, I think. There was this job. It's an old job posting that shows that there will be basically a single player mode that I thought you guys would want to see. No, I do not want cookies. I mean, I do, but yeah. So this is for a senior quest designer, which is, this posting's no longer up, but you can get to it on the Wayback Machine. And one of the what you will do items, what this person will do is design and build interesting combat scenarios and activities for both single player and multiplayer experiences. So that's a good sign. And there's other indicators, but this is the one of the strongest indicators we have that there will be at least a significant single player component to the online project, which I think is really good. I'm happy to see that. And I think it's kind of critical to its success, honestly. It needs to appeal to existing Horizon fans. Yeah, tidbits. I saw that. Subnautica 2. Oh, let me go back to chatting here so you guys can see each other. Subnautica 2 got delayed. What was the deal there? Like the publisher delayed it so that they could avoid paying out a bonus to the studio or something? Sounded kind of messed up. Father of Automation, no problem. I am happy to talk about the hop. More than happy. Probably some of you are like, oh my God, this guy never shuts up about this game. But yeah, I'm obsessed. And I hope they reveal it soon. But yeah, that whole situation with Subnautica 2 is weird. It's, Krafton is the publisher. Blaming the leadership of the studio. Is that what they're saying, Unleash? They're blaming the leadership? For what? Justin had a good point. I forget. Let me see what he said on Discord. I saw it and I didn't have a chance to respond to it yet. What was that in gaming news? I'm trying to see around my mic here. The stream didn't start yet, right? No. Justin was saying he had trouble believing that the Subnautica franchise generates enough revenue to cover a $250 bonus to the developers. Yeah, I think he had a good point there. Like, that does sound a little fishy. I wouldn't be shocked because I think Subnautica is a very successful game, but I think he's got a point there that's like, is the $250 million bonus even real? Like, how much confidence do we have that that's true? Because that does seem like an awful lot of money for a relatively small studio. And it'd be kind of strange that they would allocate that much money as a bonus incentive, but possibly it's not out of the realm of possibility. Steve, do we know if the Horizon multiplayer is a one and done or will it have seasons or DLCs? That's a great question. All the indications that I have seen, we don't know definitively either way yet. But why did the music stop? All the indications I have seen are that it will have ongoing content. So we don't know if they'll call them seasons or DLCs or expansions, but it's a live service game, which implies that it will have ongoing content. My best guess at this point is that it will be something like Destiny 2, where they release the base game. I would imagine it's going to cost something like $30 or $40, kind of like Helldivers. They release that base game, and then maybe every 3 to 6 months, maybe once a year, they release like a significant expansion that has more story content. Maybe it introduces new machines. Maybe it updates, like unlocks a new area of the map. Oh, you guys can hear that, right? Very loud. Let's get over here so we don't miss anything. 5-minute countdown on the stream. I can full screen that. Full screen stream. Make sure it's 4K. Amy, you love that they're doing solo player with the hop? Yeah, me too. I'm really glad to see those indications. I think it's critical, like I said, for it to succeed because it needs to appeal to existing Horizon fans. I was doing some quick math on it the other day. I was like, how many people could potentially, be interested in the Horizon Online project? The last time we had an update, the Horizon as a franchise between Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, they'd sold 32.8 million copies. But that was before Forbidden West PC release, and it was before the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. So it was over 2 years ago that we had that number directly from Sony in a PlayStation blog post. So I would guess, reasonably, they've sold about 40 million copies between Zero Dawn and Forbidden West now. Now, some of those people are like, repeat buyers, obviously, and a big chunk of them are not going to be interested in the Horizon Online project. But if you say there's 30 million people out there that are Horizon fans, and just 10% of them are interested in the online project, well, that's 3 million people. 3 million people, which is a solid chunk of people for a live service game. Now, maybe they don't all stick around, but even if it ends up being 500,000 to 1 million, 1.5 million that stick around long term, that's about the size of the, Destiny community for a long time anyway. It's kind of on the back half of its life now, but so I think they're onto something. My biggest hesitation, and I know I've said it a bunch of times before, so I sound like a broken record, but my biggest hesitation is the art style. We know it's not going to look exactly like regular Horizon games, and I worry that it's going to be off-putting to existing fans, which would be it would be tough. They'd be setting themselves up for an uphill battle in that case. So I hope it's like stylized but mature looking and appeals to a mature audience, maybe like Arcane, Destiny, something like that. Dave, the hopium is strong with this one. Yes, sir. I'm addicted. And I don't want to, and I don't want to give it up. I like being addicted to the hopium. I like it. Mr. AR put my boom on. Yeah, I have an underslung boom. It's not like the regular kind, so. Oh, I thought it was about to get started. Still got 2 minutes. Greg, welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed you a minute ago. Good to see you here. Aqualad, good to see you here as well. Would you like to make a video about my wish list games and speculations for Horizon 3? Yeah, actually, that is a video I've I've had on the back burner for a long time. I think I'm going to split it up into multiple videos, like a gameplay, what I'd like to see gameplay-wise, what I'd like to see story-wise. But yeah, I do want to make a video like that at some point, or multiple videos. Banga, did I jump into Death Stranding 2 yet? No, I wasn't a huge... I never got all the way through Death Stranding 1. And I'd like to go back and see if I can get into that more before I start Death Stranding 2. But I've heard people are really enjoying DS2, so... Are you playing it? The Marvin G, yes, we did already get a release date for Ghost of Yotei. It is October 2nd. But we are seeing the gameplay revealed for the first time right now in 49 seconds. Should be good. Almost 20 minutes of gameplay they're going to show us. I am going to stake a claim right now that we can play as that wolf. I think we can play as that wolf in some capacity. Tidbits, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Twinge, good to see you here, brother. Welcome to the stream. I missed you a minute ago. But yes, good timing. Safwan, good to see you here. 10, 9, 8. Here we go. Let's check this out. Let's GHOtei. Sucker Punch.
Hello everyone, this is Jason Connell and Nate Fox from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima was an honor to be a part of, and today Nate and I get to share more about our next game, Ghost of Yotei. We'll be sharing how we've crafted the game around exploration while keeping Atsu's tale of vengeance front and center. We'll also talk about ghost combat and how it's evolved, and we'll introduce for the first time some new special modes of play.
Oh, special
Let's
modes.
start things off first by talking about a Japanese folk legend, the Onryo.
The people of Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotei 6, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family. After 16 years in the south, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest.
I love the yellow ginkgo tree leaves.
It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home, with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
So you can switch between like memories?
By giving you the freedom to explore Atsu's past, the wound of her loss becomes personal. It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotei 6 is a near impossible task. She'll face 1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her grows.
Ghost of Yotei focuses on player freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made.
Nice.
But it's also a game that at its heart is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge of Japan.
Dude, it looks
We all
awesome.
have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experiences. Whether that's your curiosity to wander, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures in new areas of the game that could be appealing to you. If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or if you ask about the Kitsune, might lead you to an area filled with snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study.
Interesting.
Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the game unfolds for you.
But can you only get
As she
one?
makes progress against the Yotei 6, her legend as the Onryo grows.
It's her.
Bounty will go up, drawing the attention of deadlier foes.
Amy,
Are
yeah,
you
totally.
lost?
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yotei 6.
Show her the door.
There is a hefty price on Atsu's head. Now, Atsu can also hunt down her own bounties that bring her all around the land. This is a lucrative way to make some money to fuel her vengeance quest.
You're not of Clan Eguchi. You're here for my bounty.
Duel. Yeah, the bounty system seems cool. Oh, slides, okay. Looks like the same grappling hook.
Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead.
Attacks, assassination,
They are fun to
survival.
find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer.
Ah, okay. A little bit easier
Ghost
to
of Yotei
uncover the map, I guess.
isn't going to rush you through anything. You can choose what motivates you most. But we think the best way to play is to simply pull out your spyglass,
Oh, cool.
find something interesting on the horizon, and enjoy the ride.
That's a good idea. So you can kind of get a better look at things. I like that. Where's that wolf, man? Flower streams give you a boost? That's cool. If you ride through the flowers, you go faster? That's so cool. That's a cool idea.
The lands around
Garrett, good to
Yotei
see you here.
are vast. It's not about checking it all off, it's about engaging in the content that gets you excited. Embrace that
Hot
curiosity
springs.
and let the wind guide you on your hunt.
Ezo is a dangerous place. Atsu always wields a weapon. As for which, that's up to you. Will you choose a katana, spear,
Ooh.
a surigama, odachi,
Oh,
or dual swords?
dual swords, dude.
Each
That's
is
cool.
uniquely
The
effective
spear looks cool,
against
too.
a particular enemy and has their own set of upgrades to discover and master.
Plant sight.
Did we know about the spear? I feel like we didn't.
Let's see how she uses these weapons.
Yeah, that
in
long
the
blade
field.
looks awesome, too.
Searching for leads on Lord Saito.
Kusurigama. I'm interested to see how that plays compared to AC Shadows.
Our soil.
I like the
Our
Kusurigama
soldiers
and AC
needed
Shadows.
more to free you.
Free us. Inokichi steals our crops while our families starve.
That's the Kusurigama.
Atsu's no samurai or ninja. No. She's a lone wolf mercenary who'll use every
Flip up
advantage,
the spear,
every
dude.
dirty trick to win a fight.
Oh, I thought it was going to go through and get the other guy. That would have been sick. It was still cool, though. The dual
Combat
blades.
has the feel
So it looks
of a
like you can
classic
switch.
samurai movie.
You can switch mid-combat.
Every motion counts. It's about lethal precision.
Oh, yes. There's the spear. Parry.
If an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon.
Ooh,
But if
okay.
she's quick, she can disarm them.
Oh, cool. I like that. So if it's gold, they could knock your weapon out, or you can knock theirs out.
Choose the right weapon for the job. To fight a massive enemy, her huge odachi blade is best.
That thing is so long. Putting that in is ridiculous. This does look. The combat looks like a pretty significant
He
improvement.
looks like the one in charge.
Tonight, we feast.
Judas, you don't like the slow motion? I do. I like that. Oh, the chain assassinations. So cool, man.
Blades are great, but ranged weapons work too.
Yes.
And Atsu's got an arsenal.
Oh, yes. A couple different bows. I like that.
Bounty hunter. A ghost.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge.
Okay, those are all same
When
tools
enemies
we've had.
switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
Okay. So it's like they're more like EP Island enemies.
No more.
Tell me what you know about Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt.
Several.
including a mysterious wolf.
Oh, dude. The wolf does the standoff with you? That's so cool. That
Atsu
is
can
so
set up
cool.
camp under the stars of Ezo. But she's not always alone.
Move myself in screen?
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are
Like
you
this, you
selling?
mean?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead. It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you.
Cooking, huh?
In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo.
Oh, that's cool.
Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell.
Very cool.
Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden in a big open world
That's a
game.
great idea for the
At
menu.
campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and
Wolf
unique items.
pack, baby.
This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring. The game comes to you.
While exploring Ezo,
Well, that's
you'll
beautiful.
discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear. Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle.
I love gear, man. I love gear.
Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused?
Oh, range.
Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you. And
gotta
of
play with it
course,
all, though.
customize the look of your armor and weapons to make
Nice.
sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want.
Nice, nice. The charms are back, yes. Lots of options. Full transmog, I assume? Not actual gameplay. The pile of gear. The outfits look cool.
The score of Ghost of Yotei is incredibly special to us. Our amazing composer, Toma Otoa, has created a mashup of Eastern instrumentation with Western flavors, brought to life through an exciting collaboration of many talented artists.
でこうダウンビートまで
Awesome. Soundtrack's gonna be banging? Yeah, it is.
If you like what you heard, we're releasing 2 tracks featured in today's State of Play on your favorite streaming service immediately after the show.
Cool, cool. That's a crazy pick they use. They probably don't call it a pick. Looks like a chisel.
The digital
Photo
photography
mode?
community for Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. We're happy to have photo mode back in Ghost of Yotei and look forward to seeing photos from your journey across Ezo.
I mean, the photo mode in Tsushima was already awesome, so they don't really need to shake the boat there.
We want playing through Ghost of Yotei to feel like stepping inside of your favorite classic samurai films. So, from the beginning of the game, we're happy to offer a full Japanese voice track with full lip sync that you can play with subtitles.
That's cool.
誰だてめえ 生きてたか狼の姫一人残らず息の根止めたと思ったまた会えたな刀鍛冶の娘
覚えておけ。
The facial animations do look improved.
To take the feeling of stepping into a classic samurai cinema experience one step further, we are honored to once again partner with acclaimed director Akira Kurosawa's estate for Kurosawa Mode, which emulates his classic black and white films.
Kurosawa mode's back. Very cool. I never played it that way, but it's a cool option. Did you play it this way, Twinge?
For Ghost of Yotei, we wanted to celebrate two other influential directors who have had an impact on the genre as a whole. First, we've partnered with Takeshi Miike, director of 13 Assassins, for a mode that puts the camera closer during combat for a more intense, raw experience along with
More
increased
blood
mud
and mud.
blood splatter. And lastly, we've partnered with the director of Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe. Turn this mode
Lo-fi
on to listen
beats?
to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
I don't know if I'm going to use that, but it's pretty cool. Lo-fi beats for exploration. That's pretty cool, man. I don't know if I'll use it. Wow, look at that pink. Just running around with the wolf to the lo-fi beats.
There's so many ways to make your Ghost of Yotei playthrough your own. But no matter how you play, here's one way to experience Ghost of Yotei that is sure to be special.
The collector's edition? Is that what they're doing here? Oh my god, that looks awesome! Come on, why don't we have Horizon ones like this? I'm totally getting that though. The gold looks so cool, man. The black kind of looks cool too.
Today, you've got a glimpse into Atsu's hunt for the Yotei 6. Forge your own path while discovering the secrets of Ezo.
This is gonna
To
be so
survive,
good.
you'll need to master a variety of weapons, using lethal precision to overcome the odds and take revenge as the Onryo. Ghost of Yotei comes out on October 2nd. Thank you so much for watching.
Very cool, man. It's looking really good. High kick, yeah, definitely. We need that Horizon controller. And the plates. Nice. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to want to get caught up on Tsushima before this. That's it? No more? Let's rewind for a second, though.
She'll face a
Unfolds.
I wanted to see the combat UI.
Vezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge for leads on Lord Saito.
I think it was somewhere in here.
Atsu's no samurai or ninja. No, she's a lone wolf mercenary who'll use every advantage, every
Flip up the
dirty
spear.
trick to win a fight.
Oh, there it was.
Win a fight.
Oh. What is it now? I always forget the keyboard shortcuts. Here we go. So these look like the same. So you've got the musket there. Kunai, the flaming sword, smoke bombs. Something's different here. Like these both kind of give me a smoke bomb vibe, but they must not both be smoke bombs. And then you've got the spear. You've got the katana, kusarigama, dual blades, and then the long sword. So I guess it seems like the musket is maybe one of your tools, perhaps. And I would imagine you get to pick, you could put a bow in there, like maybe you get one ranged weapon equipped at a time, something like that. Bottom one's blinding pattern. Yes, good call, Greg. Yep, I think you're definitely right about that. So maybe no bells anymore. Kitty Dad, this is on your PS5 2025. This is your PS5 2025 hype game. Yeah, it looks awesome. Wonder what these gold... Oh, those are the alert indicators. White, yellow, and then they turn red. A little bit more subtle.
Combat has the feel of a classic samurai movie. Every motion counts. It's about lethal precision.
Looks like we have the same resolve system with the little like moons, circles that fill up.
If an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon. But if she's quick, she can disarm them.
So when you see the gold glow, you can disarm them if you're quick enough.
You're dead.
Choose the right weapon for the job. To fight a massive enemy, her huge Odachi blade is best.
Brutal. Okay, let me see the combat UI there.
You're dead.
Choose the right weapon for the job. To fight a massive enemy.
Okay, yeah, this looks the same. I wanted to see if maybe there was a bow equipped. The bows look cool though, man.
Blades are great, but ranged weapons work too.
Short
And
bow,
Atsu's got
long bow,
an arsenal.
and the musket. Looks like different types of bullet options here potentially. And then maybe you hit L1 to get into your ranged weapon menu. Maybe that's what it was. And then you can pick between different bows and the musket. I guess it's called what is this? A Tanagashima? Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Headshot.
Bounty hunter.
A Teppo.
A ghost.
Yeah, that's what they call them in Shadows.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
So it seems like these moves look awesome.
No more.
It seems like they've done away with the stance system, but they've pretty much just replaced it with like you need to match weapons. Like they said, dual swords are best against spears or something like that. So it sounds like it'll operate very similarly. This menu looks really cool.
It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you. In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo. Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei...
Master Enomoto is a stranger in need of help, but nothing could be further from the truth. He's a one-man army and an expert with the Kusarigama, yet there's a loneliness in him that I understand all too well. I should return to his dojo on Owl Mountain. Oh, I think, was Norma, were you asking if we can go up the mountain? Yotei? I think we can. I feel like they said that somewhere at one point, that you can go up it. So you can train with different people.
might have a weapon
You've got the wolf pack,
skill for you.
which is all the people you meet. A map, obviously, gear, inventory, settings, and then growth is like, I would assume, basically your skill menu. Looks like we can collect flowers, just like the first game, for different like outfit cosmetics and stuff. And then you've got money, obviously.
Or when a vendor has something unique to sell.
Set up camp.
Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what can be a burden in a big open world game. At campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring, the game comes to you.
That's cool. So it sounds like you can just set up camps whenever you want, and then NPCs will like meet you at the camp if they've got stuff for you to do, so you don't have to go like fast travel or travel to them all the time. That's pretty cool. That's a good mechanic, I think, for an open world. I wonder if the places where you can set up camps are preset, like there's campsites that you need to set up, or if you can just literally do it anywhere. Norma, so if you want to upgrade, you set up camp. Your gear, I think so. I think you're right about that. But in the menu, you do have the growth tab. So I think probably for like unlocking skills, you can do that just anywhere probably. But I'm getting the impression that if you want to upgrade gear, you need to set up a camp, but you can do it pretty much anywhere, it sounds like.
While exploring Ezo,
Look at that waterfall, man. That's awesome.
Campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring, the game comes to you.
Hopefully you don't have to use resources to set up Camp Katie Dad. Yeah, I hope so too. I'd be surprised if they made you do that.
You'll discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear.
The charm of true aim. The Yumi locks onto an enemy, fires one arrow, inflicting massive damage. And it looks like you have different power levels for the charms, so you can upgrade them in some capacity. And you do that by using the charm a number of times. So that's kind of like mastering, like masteries in God of War. So you can like, the more you use the charms that you really like, the better they'll get, which I like. I like that in God of War. I think that was just Ragnarok, not 2018.
Perfect for building.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Lots of different cosmetic options for your weapons, looks like. And then this looks like maybe you have 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrade levels for your weapon as well, up at the top here. Kind of looks like that.
Building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused?
Red a lot in your customization. Unleash. So you've got outfits, charms, melee ranged, quick fire. These are the 4 tools we saw before. Kusarigama, smoke bomb, blinding flashbang, whatever it's called, the flaming sword. And it does seem like your ranged weapon. Oh, no. Weird. So you've two different guns here. Because you've got the whole ranged category. But then quick fire. So maybe you have like a small one that you can use as a quick fire tool, but then you've got a more powerful long one that actually gets equipped as a ranged weapon. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays out. This looks like loadouts to me over on the left. With the square button, it looks like you've got loadout options, which is good.
And combine the pieces that are just right for you. And of course, customize the look of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want.
That definitely sounds like transmog to me. Look and fight just the way you want. Look at that pile of gear. No.
The score of Ghost of Yotei is incredibly special to us.
Music sounds awesome. 2 soundtracks out today.
To take the feeling of Ezo.
Tidbits, thank you for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. I might have missed one from you. Thank you for both of them.
We want playing through Ghost of Yotei to feel like stepping inside of your favorite classic.
The purple and teal are pretty?
So,
yeah, I thought so
from the
too.
beginning of the game, we're happy to offer a full Japanese voice track with full lip sync that you can play with subtitles.
誰だてめえ
Wolf, will it be like Witcher 3 where
来てたか
armor gives different bonuses to gameplay style?
姫
Possibly.
一人残らず息の根止めたと思ったまた会えたな刀鍛冶の娘
覚えておけ。圧だ。
To take the feeling of stepping into a classic samurai cinema experience one step further, we are honored to once again partner.
I'm trying to remember. I think, Wolf, I'm pretty sure Ghost of Tsushima, right? All the outfits have different perks. It's not just down to the charms. The outfits themselves definitely have perks, right?
First, we've partnered with Takeshi Miike, director of 13 Assassins, for a mode that puts the camera closer during combat for a more intense, raw experience along with increased mud and blood splatter. And lastly, we've partnered with the director of Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe. Turn
Lo-fi
this mode
beats.
on to listen to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
These environments look awesome. I feel like this makes it less immersive for me to have lo-fi playing, but that might be cool like in the end game if you're just cruising around trying to clean up little tasks, you know? Running with all those horses.
There's so many ways to make your Ghost of Yotei playthrough your own. But no matter how you play, here's one way to experience Ghost of Yotei that is sure to be special.
Dude, these look so cool. Shaft, this was just live like 10 minutes ago. Why do we not have Horizon controllers, man? They're always with the vertical stands sold separately. Come on, Sony. I don't know which I like more. I feel like if I'm gonna get one, it's gonna be the gold. You know, that just looks more unique. But the black is kind of a cool, subtle aesthetic. Very cool. Is it only for the... It's not just for the Pro, is it? It's for the new version of the regular PlayStation 2. Yeah, it does look like these would not... Sounds like they're not going to have plates available for the original version of Plate PS5. Although we should go to the blog and check. Maybe they got some more details on the PlayStation blog. First look, PS5 Ghost of Yotei limited edition console designs. This should tell us, I would think. We just had an exciting state of play gameplay deep dive for Sucker Punch's Ghost of Yotei. Included a first look at the PS5 console, limited edition, intricate designs, blah, blah, blah. The world of the players embark on, Atsu's Tale of Vengeance. Grave PlayStation's shapes on the back of the console's top cover, as well as DualSense controllers. Available globally, inspired by Japanese art. Traditional process to repair broken ceramics with lacquer and gold. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Exclusively available from PlayStation.com. The Black Edition. Oh, okay. So the Gold Edition will be available globally. The black edition is limited only on PlayStation.com, which I assume they're saying the black version will not be available globally. It's like it won't be available in some regions. That's okay. I think the gold version's the cooler one anyway. Both versions come with a matching DualSense wireless controller. Are they going to give us pricing? You'll also get... Oh, wait. Okay. So they want you to buy the whole console? It includes a limited edition PS5 console with the disc drive, a matching controller, and a digital copy of the game with the pre-order content. Can you just buy the... Oh, if you already own a PS5 Slim. Yeah, so it's not going to work for the original PS5. That kind of sucks. If you already own a PS5 Slim or a PS5 Pro, you'll be able to purchase the console covers, again, for the Slim and the Pro only, Gold Edition, directly from PlayStation, and in limited quantities in other regions through select online retailers. So you can only, if you want to put it on your existing console, you can only do the Gold version. So it sounds like the only way you get the black one is if you buy a whole console? Really? If you already own a PS5, we have great news for you too. You'll be able to purchase console covers for PS5 Slim and Pro, Ghost of Yotei Gold Limited Edition directly from PlayStation, wherever direct.playstation.com is available, and in limited quantities in other regions through select retailers. Both console covers feature the same designs and marker seal found on the console. So they're just saying it's the same as what you'd get if you bought the console. The controller, both designs of the both designs of the controller, so the black and the gold versions of the controller will also be available as a standalone purchase. That's good. But it sounds like the black plates will not be available as a standalone purchase for some reason. That's weird. Yeah, it does suck that original owners of the base model can't get them, because a lot of people have that. I think that's it. PS5 console, Ghost of Yotei limited edition gold. This is just a summary. PS5 console, Ghost of Yotei Black Edition. That's like a whole console bundle with the controller and everything and the plates. Only from direct.playstation.com. DualSense wireless controller, Black Edition, also available. And for some reason, if you just want the console cover plates, you can only do the gold. But at least anybody could buy the controller, and the controller's pretty cool. So you're not totally left out if you don't have a Slim or a Pro, because you can buy the controller, and you can buy either version of the controller, which is nice. So if you like the black better, you can do that. So at least there's something there. They'll be available on October 2nd in limited quantities. Pre-order information will be shared at a later date. Do we have any other infos? This was just the original post about the state of play. Chickens, welcome to the stream.
Today, you've got a glimpse into Atsu's hunt for the Yotei 6. Forge your own path while discovering the secrets of Ezo. To survive, you'll need to master a variety of weapons, using lethal precision to overcome the odds and take revenge.
Mr. AR covers for monitors, but it just go on the back and you never see it.
On October 2nd. Thank you so much for watching.
Covers for monitors, dude. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the trailer. We can chat here for a minute. I won't end it right away, but you know what they should do though, Mr. AR? If Sony wants to get in a little bit more with the PC space, they should release custom keycap sets for keyboards. That'd be cool. Although everybody's got different keyboards, so. But you can usually like take the keys and a custom set of keyboard keys and put them on lots of mechanical keyboards. That'd be cool. Imagine like that same aesthetic of the plates, but on a custom set of keys for your keyboard. That'd be awesome. Also, I keep saying this, and they probably will never do it, but I feel like Sony is a company that could pull off making a gaming mouse that has haptics in it, like the DualSense controller, which I feel like that'd be kind of cool. I don't know how many people would like that. Like, I actually don't know if I'd want haptics in my mouse, but I do like the haptics in the DualSense controller, so it'd be kind of cool even just to have some subtle haptics to like feel like the bow string being released and stuff like that, or impacts from like enemies hitting you. I don't know. It'd make the mouse heavy though. And I know kind of the trend right now is ultralight gaming mouse, so you're not sold on the haptics in general, Unleash? Yeah. Yeah. That's probably, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't really care for the haptics, so it's probably not the greatest idea. No need for haptics in a mouse, in your opinion, Mr. AR. All right. Maybe it's just me. Anyways, guys, that was a good state of play, gameplay deep dive. I do wish we got a little bit more of just kind of a raw, like, short mission or something, but we saw a lot of cool stuff, and the game's going to be awesome. So, Trolls, any info about target frame rate? That is a good question, and that reminds me, I was hoping they'd say something about additional PS5 Pro enhancements. I have to imagine on any PS5, because you can play this on any PS5, obviously, including the original base one, but I would imagine it's going to be 30 and 60 FPS options, like normal. Maybe. I think it would be cool if it had like a 90 FPS mode on a PS5 Pro. But I would expect there should be at least a 60 FPS mode. I'd be shocked if it only had a 30 FPS mode. So I wouldn't worry about that. But it would have been nice to just have confirmation. Like, yes, we're going to have 60 and 30. And then it would have been nice to know if there were any additional enhancements for the PS5 Pro for those that have it. Unleashed reviews tend to have more details on that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yep. For sure. Hopefully I can get a review code for it this time around. We'll see. That's a big one. I'll have to see if I can get my PlayStation contact to send me one. They have sent me codes for like Burning Shores and Horizon stuff in the past, so there's a good chance, but we'll see. Dave Cole, you're getting the game. Oh, good to see you here, by the way. Getting the game, but would not buy the extra stuff unless the game has a much better story than Ghost of Tsushima. We'll have to see. I think that remains to be seen, right? It is a little bit sad we don't get the continuous story with Jin, because Jin's a pretty cool character, and all the other characters in his world too. But Atsu looks cool too, and it looks like it's a good story, and I trust them to pull it off well. It's just a little sad we don't get to play as Jin, I guess. But whether it's better than Ghost of Tsushima's story, I don't know. We'll have to see. It does seem like it has a good basis. You know, she's out for revenge. Her whole family was killed. So I think it'll be at least good, but it'll probably get down to personal preference whether or not you think it's better than Tsushima. Kel, good to see you here. Good to be here for Ghost of Yotei. Yes, sir. That was a good gameplay sample we got. I'm looking forward to it. So we have less than 100 days. That's how they've been kind of framing it in their marketing. Let me look at a calendar here. It's July, so we've got the rest of July, August, and September. So we've got less than 3 months till this game is out. It's going to be here before you know it. Because it's October 2nd. It's like right at the beginning of October. So basically, it's just the only full months we've got between now and then are August and September. We're already partway through July, right? Twinge could be cool with being able to time shift. You mean with Atsu's story, like being able to go back in time? That does look interesting. It looks very similar, actually, to one of the mechanics in AC Shadows, where you can relive some memories and like replay through them. I wonder how similar it will be to that. Will I stream it, Kitty Dad? Yeah, totally. Yeah, we'll definitely do a stream playthrough of Yotei. And I've got a PS5 Pro, so we'll be able to, play it at the highest possible fidelity that it can run at until it releases on PC anyway, which probably won't happen for a year and a half. But yeah, we'll definitely do a stream playthrough. And that'll probably carry us through the end of the year. Speaking of which, I'll schedule a stream. We should be able to do dual streams this weekend. So we can do a Expedition 33 Saturday, and then we can do Cyberpunk Sunday. So I'll get those scheduled. What engine do they use, Twinge? That's a good question. I think they have their own engine. I think they've got their own engine. But maybe they'll start using Decima. You'll be playing through me until it gets to PC, Mr. AR. Nice, man. Yeah. Game Hunter, have I played The Witcher 3? Yes, I have. It's good. I don't love the combat. I'm really excited for The Witcher 4, especially since the combat lead for Zero Dawn and Forbidden West is now one of the gameplay directors on The Witcher 4. So I'm hoping that infuses some of the changes I'd like to see with the Witcher combat system. But The Witcher 4 looks awesome. It's not going to be here for a few years still, though. Kitty Dad, you might be playing Cyberpunk soon. Nice. It's on PlayStation Plus. Is that why you might be playing it soon? I saw it's on PlayStation Plus this month now, which is awesome, by the way. You didn't know that, Mr. AR? Yeah. Dennis Zopfi is his name. Dennis Zopfi. He was the combat lead for Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. And then he left Guerrilla not that long ago, like maybe 2 years ago. And he's been at CD Projekt for a little while now. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Movement system getting somewhat of an upgrade as well. Yep. Just like gameplay, movement, combat mechanics in general. Kitty Dad, you are playing it on PS Plus? Nice. Yeah, that's a really good value on PS Plus. Cyberpunk, that's a solid one. I wish I paid full price for it so that we could start the stream playthrough. And then like 2 weeks later, it was on sale. So I missed the sale. I paid full price for like the Ultimate Edition that included Phantom Liberty and everything. And then there was a sale a couple weeks later that I missed. And now it's on PS Plus. It's like, okay. It's all right, though. It's a really good game. It's worth it. Worth it to me. Yeah, it's not the Ultimate Edition on PS Plus, though, right, Kitty Dad? It's just the base game. Still, there's a lot to do in the base game. And I wonder, how does that work? Does anyone know? Like, can you get a DLC for a game that you have from PlayStation Plus? Will that work? Like, could you buy Phantom Liberty separately? I feel like people had issues with that with Forbidden West and Burning Shores. Like, they had Forbidden West through PlayStation Plus, and then they were like, why can't I install Burning Shores? Twins, you can buy it, but it won't work if you cancel PS Plus. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So, Kitty Dad, they waited till I got it to make it free. Yeah, it certainly seems like that. So as long as you continue to pay for PS Plus, then you can buy DLCs and they work. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, guys. Greg, you're very welcome. Thank you for turning up. It was good to see you here. It's good to see all of you guys here. Always fun to have everybody jump in on the streams. We will stream this weekend, like I said, Expedition 33 and Cyberpunk. So I'll get those scheduled in the next, what is today? Thursday? Probably get them scheduled tomorrow morning or so. And I'll see you guys on the streams or on Discord. Appreciate you guys showing up today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to Yotei, so I'll be streaming it, making videos for it. And that'll be a good one for us for at least a few months at the end of the year. It'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. Take care until the weekend. I'll see you then. And I'll see you later.